Hi, I'm Rebecca from Lemken UK. We're here today in sunny Cambridgeshire. I've had a call from David who wants to talk about cultivation. Let's go find him. David.
Becca, hi, good morning.
Nice to see you.
Thanks very much for coming out. Good to see you too.
No problem. So just tell us a little bit about your farm and what type of crops you grow.
Yeah, so around about 350 hectares in total. The block we're in here today, about 100 hectares, but it's all fairly local and the soils are quite similar. So we're on a chalky boulder clay type soil, which is pretty uniform across the block there.
And what type of crops are you growing?
Yeah, the cropping is pretty traditional for this area as well. It's combinable, so no roots, so wheat, barley, oilseed rape. Spring cropping has featured more in recent years in response to the blackgrass issue. But yeah, pretty standard fare for the area really, yeah.
And so just from our phone call, just tell me a little bit about the problems you're having and how you think we might be able to help.
Yeah, thanks, as I say, thanks for coming out, because I think it's really important that we look at these things. We've been working pretty hard over the last few years, dealing with what I would call the basics, so drainage of these heavy clay soils. As you know, drainage is very important, so we've dealt with that, making sure that's all working effectively. Compaction, tried to make sure that there's no compacted layers down deeper, use a leg where we needed to, but just making sure that's all in good order. And then things like even the pH of the soil to make sure that the chemistry of the soil is all working nicely. So alongside that, things that people are also doing, reducing weights where possible, tyre technology. So everything we can do to, you know, treat the soil in the best ways that we can. But what I keep coming back to is this that we're looking at here today. So yeah, this is a pretty good example of what we're faced with at the moment. Very dry soil. We've had very little rain here since June. And so these clay soils, as you can see, have pretty much baked out. But if we just dug this lump out, what you can see is that from last year's winter wheat crop, you can see that the roots here from the old crop have actually been going down pretty well. The yields were good, so that was indicative that we haven't really got too many problems down deeper, which is what we've been working on. What I really want to focus on now, and the reason for me asking you to come out and see me, what we're trying to look at is what I would call the seeding zone, the top 50 millimetres. Because what I'm trying to do is to make sure that we create the ideal environment for those new seeds to go into. So a nice crumb that retains moisture, soil to seed contact, to get those seeds away and grow away really well. At the moment, you know, it's pretty hard and dry, but there will come a time that we need to structure that top 50 millimetres ready for the drilling operation. And that's really what I wanted to look at today.
Okay, so from everything that we've talked about, I think that we've got the machine just for you, and Paul is on his way right now.
Excellent, that'll be really interesting to see what you got. Thank you.
Hi David.
Paul, good
How
to see
are
you? Yeah, good to see you, thanks.
David, today from Lemken I've brought to you the Coralin Cultivator. So ultra shallow and precision is what the machine's about. We're using discs and we're using tines for vertical and horizontal soil movement, and also some options on the rear of harrows or rollers depending on the finish that you're looking for. But key is the shallow depth that we can work with.
Okay, so that sort of 50 mil that I'm looking at, Paul, is what we're looking to achieve with
Spot on with this machine, sort of down to a maximum of 100 millimetres, but the Delta Cut share, 380 millimetres wide, and across the width of the machine, we will cut all of the soil.
Uniform, shallow, precision.
Absolutely.
That's what I'm really looking for.
Well, best thing we can do is get it in the ground.
Yeah, let's crack on.
So David, the finished result, I think we've got everything we were looking for. Accurate depth across the width of the machine. We've produced a nice tilth. When we get some moisture, the weed seeds, volunteers are going to chit, and we've removed and cut all of the residue.
Yeah, I am impressed with it, Paul. It's done a good job. I mean, we've gone from what we looked at initially, that hard lump, and we've turned that into the crumb that you were talking about, ideal for when we get that moisture. But also the other thing we wanted to do was to leave this subsoil that's okay, that structure's okay. We didn't want to bring that up, and we've left that in place. So yeah, looking like it's doing a good job. So I think I'll crack on with the rest of it.
I'll leave you to it, David.
Thanks a lot.
Happy with the coralline, David?
Yeah, it worked really, really well, Becca. Really pleased. Look forward to using it some more.
Brilliant. Here's something from us.
Cheers, that's great. See you soon. Bye.